Welcome to SVG-TV News for Thursday, July 6, 2017. I am Jennifer Richardson with the details. Creating a platform for women to motivate, empower and uplift one another, the Arise and Blossom Women's Organization last evening held its inaugural Women's Conference at the Peace Memorial Hall. Held under the theme, Empowering Women, Transforming Lives, the conference, according to chairperson of the event, Mandela Campbell, was an objective of the organization since it was launched in 2011, with the main aim of engaging women in meaningful conversations on how they can empower themselves as well as others.
This was the dream of Dr. Arusha Campbell Chambers, my lovely sister, and my dear mother, Bishop Juliet Campbell. The ultimate plan was to launch conferences, skills trainings, workshops, and ultimately global women's centers, and ultimately women's centers globally. So this dream was there since 2011 to have a women's conference, and here we are. Put those worries behind you. Put them behind. This is about you, okay? And I mean, it's not to be selfish, but when you take care of you, you're better equipped to take care of others.
Pointing out that the situation surrounding women in St. Vincent and the Grenadines today has never been more challenging, Coordinator of the Gender Affairs Department, Polly Oliver, noted that her ministry remains steadfast in the fight to promote women's empowerment, along with ending gender-based violence in all forms.
Excited to see how these diverse groups of presenters with varying experiences can stimulate creative discussion among us here this evening. This approach to analyzing gender relations does not negate the fact that men can also find themselves in a position of subordination, but it recognizes that women are most often subordinated. But women's affairs as a standalone goal must be looked at with respect to the staggering changes that has come over our generations in employment, health, education, in religion, in government, and their position in the household.
One of the presenters at the conference was young professional Tamira Brown. While speaking on the topic, the role of female leaders in helping to shape today's society, she reminded the participants that true leadership is based on the number of lives touched, along with the difference they have made in their society.
I'm not going to stand here today and tell you that the role of the woman is to be at home to cook, clean, wash, iron, parent, and sew. I believe that these can be shared responsibilities so as not to overwhelm any one member of the household, even in single-parent households. It is through our community leadership that cultural traditions from older to younger generations may be preserved, and the list goes on. It is in these interactions that we touch lives and leave a lasting legacy. Ladies, have you been leading in your community? It is time for us to really step up and lead the way. Let us make sure that the lives we positively touch start with our leadership in our homes. I believe that it is then, and only then, we could have a ripple effect throughout society.
Describing the recent ruling by Justice Esco Henry in the High Court here as a big victory, opposition leader Dr. Godwin Friday said the wheels of justice are turning in favor of the petitions. At a media conference on Wednesday, Dr. Friday expressed the view that the ruling lifted the spirit of the people and said that efforts by the ruling Unity Labour Party administration and their propagandists to prevent the petitions from going to court has failed.
The judgment is in favor of democracy and lifts the spirit of our people. This is good for our democracy. This is good for good governance in our country. But most importantly, it is good for our own humanity. It is good because it reaffirms that our political rights and the will of the people are greater than mere legal technicalities. We believe that the general elections of December 9th, 2015 were not free and fair. They were not done in accordance with law. After a year and a half, too long a wait, we, the people, now have the opportunity to have the court determine finally the result of the general elections of December 2015. The evidence will be there for all to see, and the court will finally determine the outcome of the vote in Central Leeward and North Windward, and by extension, the outcome of the general elections.
Stating his party's readiness for a general election, Dr. Friday said he's happy that the petitions will go forward and they are looking forward to the final outcome.
We are ready to answer the call of the people at any time. And what is necessary to be done will be done. And the people will get a chance to clear this matter up. I mean, this is what we're hearing all around the country. They say, what, you know, call fresh elections, let me get the thing cleared up. You don't have to have this matter drag on all through the courts as you are doing now to make a determination as to whether you are duly elected and constitutionally functioning as the government of the country. A year and a half to have a government basically going along not knowing if they are a government. This is not a situation where you have, you know, 13-3 and you're challenging one seat doesn't make a difference to the status of the government. The outcome of these elections, of these petitions, determines the question of government. This is a unique situation. We're not just trying to get one more seat in the parliament to boost our numbers. This will change government.
Every donation counts. That's according to Minister of Education Sinclair Prince as he spoke today at a handing over ceremony of over 100 book bags and other school supplies to students in the Georgetown primary and secondary schools, as well as schools in the Byra area, provided by returning national Neil Cork. Prince stated that many parents find it difficult to take care of all their children's educational needs and thanked Cork for his kind donation.
Is a very important element in support of this education trust. Because education is expensive. And a lot of you mothers are here, you know how expensive it is to clothe and to feed and to supply the students to go to school, whether it's preschool or primary or secondary or college. It doesn't matter. Education is expensive. And you have to provide all of these material. The government, of course, is trying in some areas. But every donation counts. These 100 bags that you're going to get would help some parent somewhere in using monies that they have to buy bags on something else. And that is why we are so grateful to Neil for the generous donation that he's making here today. And we'd like to thank him very much.
Donor Neil Cork said it has always been a mission of his to give back to the Georgetown community where he grew up. While thanking those who continue to assist him in making such donations, Cork promised to continue to do what he can for his beloved community.
Yes, I left Georgetown, but I'm blessed and fortunate to have Narlene, Tyrone. They've been my grown people for years. When I call Narlene and say, Narlene, what can I do? She tells me. And also I must remember not to forget, Rochelle Hadley and Roshmarley Hadley, they helped with some of the supplies. My mother, Phyllis Cork, Eileen Cork, my aunt, Beverly Cork, my sister, they helped with the supplies. And I will continue to help the people of Georgetown.
The Georgetown Hospital was also the recipient of supplies courtesy Neil Cork. Speaking at a ceremony at the facility was Tekla Jack, who expressed gratitude for the timely donation.
Really great pleasure to be accepting on behalf of the Georgetown Hospital once again from Mr. Neil Clark. About 2 to 3 months ago, we would have received some supplies which were distributed to other clinics in the community of Georgetown. And at this very present time, we are now having change of season where we're having a lot of flu symptoms going around. Lots of children and adults alike come with allergies. So these medical supplies, the Claritin and they come at a very handy time, because we realize that sometimes the Histol alone does not work. So we really are very grateful for this donation of these supplies, and as always we share with the other health centers in the community and further afield. Sometimes Kingston will get, and other health centers in the nearby districts like Cedars and so on. So Mr. Clark, we're really grateful for your supplies, and we are looking forward to having a better relationship with you in the future.
The Embassy of the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela on Wednesday, July 5th, marked the 206th anniversary of the independence of Venezuela with a special activity held at its headquarters in Kingstown. The event, which was held along with the Venezuelan Institute for Culture and Cooperation, also featured an official flag raising ceremony. During the ceremony, Minister of Economic Planning Camilo Gonzalez spoke of SVG's long-standing relationship with the Spanish-speaking country. According to him, Venezuela and its citizens have a history of resilience, and noted that they will continue to do so despite their challenges.
There is a movement afoot to subvert the will of the people to form a government and system of arrangements of their own choosing. And there is an external imposition on the people of Venezuela to force solutions, some of them interventionist, some of them not homegrown, on the Venezuelan people. But they have demonstrated for the last 211 years and before that the people of Venezuela are quite capable of handling the affairs of the people of Venezuela without outside interference.
Gonzalez further expressed gratitude with the fruitful relationship the nation shares with Venezuela.
Venezuelans, as a people, among our closest friends. We're grateful to count the government of Nicolas Maduro and Hugo Chavez among our closest friends. We are grateful, as our entire hemisphere is, for the inspiration that was the 1811 signing of this Declaration of Independence. And while some of that big three, after casting off colonial shackles, themselves took on colonial ambition, we are grateful that the government and people of Venezuela have remained true to the ideals of Simón Bolívar and continue to inspire countries like our own in our own struggle for homegrown, sovereign, independent betterment of our peoples and our region. And for all of those reasons, we join you today in celebrating this historic day and pledging the continued love and solidarity of the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Since opening its doors in March of this year, the Yulu Art Center continues to be an avenue for the exposure of Vincentian artists, and later on this month, the center will be hosting a showcase dubbed The Red Show, which will feature paintings from 6 aspiring artists. Founder of the Yulu Arts Foundation, Camille Saunders Musa, said the event is still in the planning stage. However, there will be a reception to be held on July 29th, and expressed her relation in being part of an initiative which will benefit all participating artists.
Getting busy at the center. For this month of July, we have the Red Show up, which will be up until early August. What inspired it was, you know, I live in Massachusetts, in Cambridge, and in my neighborhood there is a local art association. And last August, they had a show called The Red Show, because they were saying that red is a very, what should I say, powerful color, and people feel excitement with it. I thought that would be a good thing to have in St. Vincent. And so we planned for it. And it's the first time that I've asked the artists in St. Vincent to have, to give them a theme on which to work along. And I have to say it wasn't very easy, but we succeeded. We got, I think, 6 artists to participate, and as you can see, these are the paintings that were handed in.
Saunders Musa, who herself is an artist, highlighted that the center will also be hosting a workshop for youngsters so they too can be exposed to art and art designs.
Growing Young SVG Artists Program, which is an annual program that we do for the children of St. Vincent. And we do this program in 4 locations. We do it in Georgetown, Kingstown, Barreley, and Spring Village. And this is the 17th year we're doing it in Kingstown. We started out in Kingstown and gradually added the other towns. We are very excited about it. This year, the theme is From the Sea, and we're dealing with whales. We'll focus on whales. And also we will be studying Matisse, the famous French painter who did a lot of collages with his cutouts. And also we have for teens an embroidery and sewing workshop, and this is for children age 11 and up.
Outlining other activities and events to be hosted by the center, Saunders Musa said that they also intend to carry out their first pop-up show for Vincy Mass 2017, where patrons will also have the chance to write or draw about what Carnival means to them.
A Carnival pop-up shop right in town by the Heritage Square in front of the Theo Saunders shop, where we will be selling hand-decorated t-shirts and some handcrafted rum punch made with passion fruit. August, we do have something coming up as well. We have the potential possibility of having a film which was made in Beckway called Beckway, the Past, Present and Future. And we're hoping to have that early August, as well as another show by a woman who does stained glass and jewelry making.
Singing Chanel Mackenzie has pulled out of this year's Calypso finals, slated for Sunday, July 9th at Victoria Park. The news broke sometime earlier today as she indicated she will issue an official statement on her decision to opt out of the competition. Mackenzie was one of 10 finalists who were announced by the CDC to challenge reigning Calypso king Zamfir Manzangi Adams in Sunday's finals. SVG-TV caught up with CDC's chairman Ricardo Adams earlier today, who said that Singing Chanel did inform them about her decision not to compete in the finals.
I know Chanel Mackenzie indicated to us informally that she was withdrawing from the finals.
She was?
Withdrawing from the finals. She had been selected and she was withdrawing. She hasn't formally indicated her reason for so doing, and so I'm not going to speculate. I'll let her make that announcement. I think I saw it indicated somewhere that she would make a formal announcement in terms of her reasons for so doing. But that having happened, what then happened is the judges would have gone, the auditors would have gone to the judges' score sheets and selected the next person in line. So that would have been the person I think who would have placed 11th or 12th, whatever was the position that was next in line. And that person would have been elevated to the finals. Okay. Right? Cleopatra.
Okay.
What we did, we went through the process, we contacted the auditors. The auditors indicated that this was the person, and then they called in the judges and so on, advised them that this person who they had selected as the next in line had been elevated to that position. And so if it hasn't already been done, I expect a formal announcement would be made today on the issue.
Meantime, Adams is anticipating the celebration event Evo 4.0. The event, which is expected to take place tomorrow evening at the cruise terminal, is a birthday party to celebrate 40 years of June-July Mass. According to Adams, everyone should come prepared to dance.
Resurgence of old school soca is absolutely exciting because that was the music that really took Vincy Mass to the next level. And so for a lot of the youngsters, this is actually fresh new music because they haven't heard it in their lifetimes. It has now been given a second lease on life, and the more it's played, the sweeter it sounds. Evo 4.0 is going to be that wonderful Vincy music being performed by Touch and Exodus, and you have Beckett and So and those guys on the show. And that music will then meet the Skinny Fabulous and the Fireman and the Grabber Finesse and the El Punks and that modern era. So we're going to transcend the 40 years of Vincy Mass. And on top of that, the biggest soca artist in the world, Mr. Kevin Little, is going to be performing tomorrow night. Our 40th birthday party, where you will wear white and high heels and come and party and enjoy yourself. We're really presenting the best that Vincy Mass has had to offer over the last 40 years.
So Evo is not targeting a specific age group of persons?
It is targeting everybody who wants to see and hear the best that Vincy Mass has had to offer over the last 40 years.
There is more work to be done to aid the young competitors in the soca art form. That's according to Minister of Youth and Culture, Cecil Mackey, as he spoke with SVG-TV News team on Tuesday evening after the conclusion of the Junior Calypso and Soca Monarch competitions. Mackey stated that the junior competitors throughout the years continue to deliver with confidence and clarity in the Calypso category of the competition, but lamented that they seem uncomfortable in the soca component. Mackey highlighted some solutions which could aid with the development of the junior, both in the soca and the Calypso arenas.
The senior tents need to embrace these youngsters and have them as part of the Calypso tent setting, even if it's guest appearances at the Calypso tents, and then gradually you groom them into the competitive aspect of things. Where the soca is concerned, I know that they have available to them the opportunity to sing raga soca or soca. All of them sing normally the faster version, they sing the soca. And none of them sing the raga soca. Maybe one of the things we have to look at, if raga soca is not what we are known for, we basically, raga soca belongs to St. Vincent and Grenadines. We have to look to see if possibly we can have a compulsory raga soca segment of the competition and also a faster soca segment. So these are some of the things we have to analyze and review and make a decision on.
Also speaking with SVG-TV News team was the chairman of the Carnival Development Corporation, Ricardo Adams, who said that the CDC continues to be dedicated to the development of young competitors and highlighted some of the initiatives they have undertaken.
One of the things that we've been trying to do is to ensure that the feeder program for our culture remains strong, and that means that our junior artists need to get the support that they require. Now, I know that Rodney Small would have taken a team out to the rural schools, rural communities, etc., and carry some of the big name artists out there to actually perform, so that we can send to the youngsters the message that, you know what, it is an opportunity for you to be able to move from here onto the big stage. And we've also put in place a program where we've got corporate support to bring students and so in buses into Kingstown to support their schools and support the youngsters from their community. So we're hoping that, you know, over the years that will grow, because continuously we must look at our emerging artists as the future for Vincy Mass.
Adams added that it is necessary for young performers to be given the same level of respect that is usually shown to their senior counterparts.
We keep trying, and, you know, again, we must not pretend as though the junior shows are not important, you know, that only the senior shows, only the ones with the big names, only the ones that have revenue generating possibilities are important. Because unless we focus on the youth and give them the same level of respect that we give to the seniors, we will you know, create a disparity, and we'll eventually lose them. So we need to ensure that when the youth come to the Victoria Park, when their parents come to support them, that we show them the same level of respect that we would have for the senior performers.
Seeking to capture all aspects of the Vincy Mass product, a young Vincentian artist, Shanique Stewart, along with the help of other young aspiring artists, have mounted a mural on the wall surrounding Carnival City Victoria Park. Stewart, who is also the founder and president of two groups which aim to expose the talent of young artists, said that the display showcases the past, present and future of Vincy Mass, using portraits of outstanding Vincentian entertainers.
I'm the CEO founder of Yulu Arts by Shanique Stewart, and I'm also the CEO and founder of the Artists Association for Young Creatives. I've always wanted to do the park wall. A couple years back, they had a series of paintings, and when I used to come for drives with my father, I used to see them. And that's what really inspired me. Years and years I've been trying and being turned down, but this is achievement right here. 40th anniversary, I wanted to depict the past, present and future of Carnival. So I decided I'm going to get like portraits of people from the past, present and the future. So I have people like Fatidan, who is not here with us, but she was a great Calypsonian. Then I have Dynamite, who is now one of the upcoming stars. So I wanted everything there.
The aspiring artist said she is very proud to have been given the chance to not only showcase her art, but contribute to the Vincy Mass product. Urging persons to visit the mural, Stewart further encouraged all Vincentians and visitors alike to experience a bit of the Vincy Mass culture.
For something for myself, but lately I've been trying to get other creative people to have opportunities I didn't have. So I had other persons from my other group to help me in terms of getting this wall done in the kind of time that we needed it to get done. I'm wishing that everyone can come, view the wall. I already had lots of good comments, come take your pictures, enjoy this part of Carnival, because art is a part of Carnival, right? So enjoy it, it's something new, and I hope that next year that we have something greater.